This is the beginning of our project. Just cleaning it out right now. Hi, Jesse. We're ripping everything out. Cleaned out, and those are rotten through on both sides, but other than that, that's not, that's just a little bit of rust. Should be okay. Yeah, she's buffing right out. Okay, this is our day one video. We got stripped down to metal. Everything pretty well clean. We're working on the rest of it. I got the grill and everything clean. This isn't actually, that's not actually draining to anywhere yet, so I'm gonna fix that. I got the back seat out. Everything's stripped down pretty well. Truck is up on jacks. The side indicators don't really work. Got the air filter out, and our problem source was the overfill right there. That was their repair. So, and then we're gonna re-veneer all this, redo the insulation inside there. Got a couple taillights out. And yeah, got all back exposed here too, so yeah, it's getting there. So yeah, day one, whew. Right now I'm just redoing the wheels. Taking them all the way down. Let's look like when they're new. So literally like just started the grinder, and that is why you're supposed to wear gloves. Ready? Safety first. Because you don't want that sticking out of you, because that's no fun for anybody. That sucked. Well, this is what my speedometer cable looks like. I'm starting to take the pieces off because I bought a universal fitting one. That chunk there was just sitting inside there. You were able to pull that chunk out from the driver's side, and then this is going towards your hub. I ordered a universal piece, so I'm just taking the ends off now so that I can replace them. The length is 88.5, so you have to get a universal one that is longer than that, and you should be fine. So that's my cable. Let's see if I can fix it. Just like everybody else's hubcap here, it was bored out on the other one, so it wouldn't actually hold the cable. The new cable end I have for the universal kit is a bit smaller too, so I just took the hub from the other hubcap from the other side. I'm going to use a little Dremel tool here, and I'm going to try to bore it out, see if it works proper. We'll see. Alright, we're at the moment of truth here. I'm going to cut the rest of my universal cable, and then this has to get cinched onto there. Then it comes through the cap, pop the cap on, hopefully she works. So I'm going to cut this now, so we'll see. Well, I got her. The actual speedometer casing that the cable goes in, slides in and out of that hub. So I just pulled it out as much as I could. I cut it to length where I needed it, and then I slid it back in, and it seemed to work. I just need to put a C-clamp on there now, and it should be good. I put a big socket on there and jacked it up, and that's the way I was able to test it without. Just doing some more touch-up work. Got the bumper done. Me and the dog. Got the main grill done. I'm just doing the bottom piece now. I got my Westphalia here, and I just had to drill a hole in the floor for my drain spout for my sink. My first hole that I tried coming through ended up coming right here, which is my frame rail. So that wasn't gonna work, so I got her back there now. This is my sink. The piece is going off here. It's going through there now. I drilled the original hole this morning, and then I had to do a piece off because I found the frame rail down there. And then I shouldn't have drilled the hole right through right then. I would have figured it out, but instead I tried widening it to get around the frame rail, and I drilled through and realized that there's a frame rail underneath. I thought it was like a piece of tin foil, or tin rather, the frame rail, and then another piece of tin underneath, but it's not. It's just below, so I fucked that up. These holes came with the van, so. A little video update of where we're at here. I got the speedometer cable fixed. I got the turn signal back together because we took it apart and it ended up being a bunch of pieces and it didn't click anymore, and anyways got that back. I still need to do these steps. Still need a new battery that fits properly. I got the sink drain installed. I took the fridge out, got the power cord out, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't do anything when you turn it on. The back panel is painted. I gotta mount that guy somewhere. It's getting pretty clean in here now. Needs a bit more of that done. We have a few more parts and pieces to do, but anyways, we got a big box of parts today, so we're gonna be doing the mirrors, everything like that, so it should be good. We'll go from there. Oh. Okay. So, you got bumper cap you can do. Third tail light
we should
kit.
put the thing on first. What is that on the window?
I don't know. There's another mouse in here, so we took that out.
Ew.
So we can do this right away thing, I guess. Instead of having that there.
Looks like paint.
I don't know.
Hello.
So I decided I better try the aeration again. So it's working now.
Nice.
The aeration I put in the dugout.
Now the water should be alright.
Because when I first fixed air compression, I like the aeration. I put all new bearings and nuts on it. And it wasn't going. I figured it was frozen or busted.
So babe just got all the heater controllers in. Gonna put the knob on now. Fittingly, I'm doing all the dash lights right now. We got the LED kit instead of the regular bulbs because only one of these was good. So we're doing
We're gonna have to glue this down or something.
The headlight switch works, but the high beams still do not work. It won't stay on. As soon as I release it, it will go off, so that doesn't work.
We're gonna have to glue this down for this to stay in.
Yeah, we'll have to glue it. Okay.
Right.
This is what came in our second package. That's what came in our second package today. That was about 150 bucks worth of stuff. That was the majority of it, but yeah, that's the rest of it. Okay, do one more shot of the engine before I replace everything. So there's a patch there. The other patches here. I'm getting ready to take it out right now. And then this was the rat's nest that is in the coolant side. That's what they had in there. So I'm gonna be replacing that and doing it properly. So all that household crap. What I did was I shoved the next one of these bolts stripped, so I used the next size bigger up and hammered it into it, so it should be fine. So while I was taking it off, another hole started right there, and then I tried to fix it with putty right there.
And plastic.
And plastic, yeah. So that's my one that was on there. So yeah, we're gonna go with stainless steel. Should work a lot better. Okay, P, look what I'm doing down here on the ground. Look what your mom's doing. She can't even get off the chair because you're kicking her ass so bad. You better make up for this when you're out here. Okay, new one's in. Looks pretty sweet. I'm happy with it. Now I just gotta do the rest of them. The GoPro is on the fritz. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. Still recording, apparently. I don't know, so I'll double record. Okay, this is our update video.
May 19th.
May 19th. Got the meals on. Still gotta hook up the water to the sink. The dash is back together pretty well. Gotta do this. I got the piece for the floor cut. It's gotta actually mount it. All the coolant stuff is done. I got the tire mounted again. Other mirror's done. All the wheels are done. The sink has a drain. We're gonna pull out the fridge and put a cooler. That black box is mounted. The rat's nest of coolant stuff is out and gone. The stainless steel pipe is in. All the new hoses are in. The new install of the rat's nest is done. I blew out the alternator really good. Got a little bit more scrubbing. The thermostat housing upper piece needs redone. New hoses for the sprayer, and we put a third brake light there in the middle. New bumper cap and spray paint to the bumper, and yeah. Oh, and we put in new shelves there, or at least new ways to get to the shelves so we can store stuff, and new rear clearance lights or whatever. So
New screws.
new screws. Okay, that's our update. Yay. Exhaust ripped out. Some new stuff junior in there. Just taking out the fridge. That's where it used to be. I'm not getting a kit or anything. I'm just taking it out myself and I'm gonna fix it myself. I got the shelf for there. I had to make my own drain. I got the shelf for there all cut out. I painted it outside. I'm waiting for it to dry. If anybody's curious, this is what the door looks like afterwards. It's just a bunch of staples that have that back panel on there. There's the back panel there. So I take those off and call her good. So yeah, my water pump doesn't work, but it works, but it doesn't pump water, so I gotta investigate that now. Truck's back on the ground right now. Me and family uncle are fixing the steps. That's how much rot was in that side. And he started fixing this side, but he ran out of wire for the welder. So it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow, but, and then that's what that looks like so far. And then we're gonna paint over all that and it should look really good. So, I'm putting in my little hole for my electric cord and my gas, and I found a good way to seal them from any road stuff coming up through is actually, this is just house plumbing I'm using, but I have, this is my sink drain, and I just have a little thread and cap on there so that when we're camping I can take this off when we're going down the road, nothing comes up through it into our vehicle. And I'm going to do the same with our electric. So I think that's pretty sweet. Oh, I forgot screws on this side. Oops. Oh, damn. I should have installed a trunk latch release. Oh, it's good enough for now. Just gluing my floor here. We're using this vinyl material I got for free, so can't really argue. And then putting down plywood, heavy weights on top of it so that all the glue spreads a little bit. Got the front all done. So now we're just doing the back, and I'm gonna do our splash guard right there in the same material. So just having a hell of a time with this cooling system. Every time I try to fix it, something else, some other hose blows. So I'll show you which one I'm working on now. Right now we are up beside the oil filter here. There's this hose, and then a hose that connects from there to there. And it is near impossible to get your hand in there because your exhaust is in your way, this heat shield is in your way, this pipe's in your way, water pump's in your way. There's no way to get to it, so I'm gonna try to bend this heat shield out of the way. Today we got our cup holders installed. So I got those on both sides now, which are nice. I just got the 2 new hoses put in. They're my oil cooler hoses. So this metal one at the bottom, and then this metal one that goes to your thermostat down at the bottom there. Got those done. I tried to clean up all the wires in here and tie them all together so that it looks neat. Every electrical connection in here, spark plugs, any sort of plugins, these guys I did electrical grease on. I installed a 12 volt outlet at the back here if we ever put it in a shower. We got the Go Westy brand new fuse package. Right now I'm cleaning up my electrical grounds up under here. So I just grind it against the body, and then this is what it used to look like, and I'm doing that, and then I'm putting electrical grease on it as well. And then I put in a manual hot wire to my fan so that my rad fan will always turn on, and I got a new thermostat in it as well, so it should cool down faster. I started peeling away some of the rust problems I have. I'm gonna have to pop these windows out and weld those up, but other than that, there's just a couple spots. Nothing too bad. Adventure continues. Here, before I fully take this engine out, I have all the coolant drained, I have the oil drained. I pulled my oil filler tube off. I bent my dipstick over. All the cords have identification where they're going. My throttle's off. I got all these backed off. This is the only one left. There's one here, one down in there, and then below. These are easy to see. All the cords are all taken off. I got the jack underneath the transmission so it doesn't go too far. And yeah, I'm ready to extract the engine. So man, is that a good feeling. That's like taking a sliver out I couldn't get for like a month. It finally came out. I'm really happy that just came out so easily. It took me probably like 2 minutes of wiggling and it came right off like it wanted to. So hopefully that transmission doesn't shit the bed, and this is it. This is my sore thumb. I mean, I got all the accessories taken off the engine now. I got all the rust taken off the van. The actual van is in good condition now. The transmission still needs to be power washed off. All the electronics are taken out of the engine bay so I can scrub the engine bay properly. The actual engine is here on my table. I'm ready to start doing the heads. I've never done heads before, so this will be new. I've scraped off some of the sludge and stuff like that, and yeah, I'm ready to take the heads off now. So it should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't pull my cylinders out. I don't know. I've never done it before. Okay. I'm taking the engine apart today. I built myself this table from scraps at work. They were going to throw this all out, so I decided to make a table of it. Now this is my workbench. I got these flipped up, and my fuel lines are just here. I got those to the back, and I'm pretty well done. I snapped this one. I snapped the bottom one. This one came off out for some reason, and this is how much is left of this one, which is completely ridiculous that it actually came off, which is super surprising. Like, that's what's left of it, which is absolutely nothing, but it came off, so I'm super glad. Everything else is pretty well the same on this side. I had to cut this one off. That bottom one snapped off. These both came out, which is nice, so I'm only gotta do a couple. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This is what it looks like.